is up, gorgeous human beings? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Miranda, and I want to give you a bit of an update on what's been going on in my life over the past year or so, and what I plan to do going forward a little bit. So if it's your first time here, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to check out the rest of my content. That'd be great. And if you're coming back, welcome. I appreciate you for being here and continuing your support over the times that I've been away. Seriously, thank you so much. So let's just get into it. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, go ahead and put them in the comments. So just a quick trigger warning, I will be talking about death, and if grief or death is something you're dealing with and it's a little bit too difficult to listen to, I just want to let you know that is going to be a topic of this video. So basically, ever since 2021, my life has been low-key hell, okay? My mental health has been all over the place lately. I'm starting to question my diagnoses. I'm going through some medication changes. I'm in so much therapy right now. And it started back in 2021, right? My best friend from high school passed away of leukemia in October of 2021. And he was only diagnosed in August before that. So it was a very short time frame of when we found out he had his diagnosis and when he was actually gone. It was due to a blood clot that led to his death. Now, I don't have the greatest memory. I really don't. But I remember these events like it was yesterday, actually. And it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. But I hung out with him the night before I got the call that he had passed away. And that is the biggest blessing of my life, that I was able to spend that time with him the night before. We carved pumpkins. We had salmon patties for dinner. We listened to music. We talked on the porch in the nice evening weather. It was beautiful, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I was able to have that. Carving the pumpkins, his was so much better than mine. I know that. I don't even remember what mine was actually supposed to be. We got them from those little the booklets that come with the carving tools and all of that stuff. He pulled his out and he got this spooky face on the pumpkin, right? Amazing. He did great. And for me, I think it was like two ghosts trying to hold hands or something. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they were different. But his very much trumped mine. He's always into pumpkins and the spooky, and carving pumpkins was one of his favorite things, so he did better. We hung out for several hours that night. I came over to his house and we carved the pumpkins in the driveway, and I went home around 8 or 9 or so. And I go to bed, and I wake up Monday morning to go to work. And during my shift, I work from home at the time. And so I was on my computer and I pick up the phone and it's his mom, and she delivers the news to me. And it was the most shocking sentence I've ever heard in my entire life. I still feel shocked to this day. It's so surreal that I just lost my best friend from high school. We graduated together, marching band. We were two damn peas in a pod. And it was hard. It's still hard to this, it's not gonna stop being hard. So that's the end of 2021. Fast forward 6 months, pretty much to the day, I get the call in the middle of the night that my mom passed away. And I didn't know what to do. I was already still in full grief mode from Vince, and hearing the call that my mom passed away it felt like it just shouldn't have happened. It did not need to happen. Why? I still ask, and I shouldn't be asking why. There's no answer. I'm not going to find an answer. But the grief has compounded at this point. Grief on top of grief. And from two people who were rocks in my life. I leaned on them hard. They were my people. And all of a sudden, in a period of 6 months, they're both gone. And whenever I heard my mom passed away, for the next several months, I was just a zombie. I had no emotions. I was not crying. I was not laughing. I wasn't even existing. I was just walking the earth. And that lasted several months. And it was apparently pretty scary for my husband to see on the outside. Because I'm a very emotional person. I'm not going to be ashamed of it. I cry all day long. I will yell at you and whatever. But I was a ball of nothingness for a long time. Literally the same week that I got the news about my mom, I got a new job. Brand new job, amazing job that I was so proud of at a casino. And my mom was very into gambling. My mom loved to play the spin and wins and that kind of stuff. And it really sucks that I never got to tell her that I got a job at a casino. I was really proud of it. And she would have loved it. She would have loved it. She would have loved to come up there while I was working and play while I'm there or go with me and me show her, you know, how things work and all that. And meet my coworkers. Like, none of that got to happen. And that really sucks. One of the most unfortunate parts about all this is that my mom passed away from a fentanyl overdose. And that shit sucks. Okay? Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. She struggled with that for years, and it just took her life one day. That's it. But right at the same time, I start this new job, right? It's so exciting. I'm so happy about it. I make more money than I did before, working less hours. I had cooler people I was talking to. Like, it seemingly looked like the most amazing thing to have happened. And it was for a while. It really was. I enjoyed my job a lot. I was really good at it for a period of time. And I was pushing down the grief and the trauma for a while, successfully, I guess you could say. And then my birthday came in August, which was 4 months after my mom's passing. So she passed in April. August, my birthday. And I had a really hard day on my birthday. My mom would always send me birthday texts and about how she's proud of me and how much she loves me and how just gassing me up hardcore over these texts, right? And I didn't get it that day. And I realized it that day that I wasn't going to get it. And I was at work. I had a full breakdown. This was the first breakdown I had at my job. It was not the last. Had a full breakdown and had to go home. And that was when the emotions started to come back up after that point. That's where they have started to surface again after being pushed down for so many months. After my birthday, the next few months of the year, leading up to 2023, started to go downhill a little bit. I think the grief was really starting to take over. My mental health was declining. My medications were not right. Looking back on it, like, I see that now. And things were not looking great. I was leaving work frequently. I was using my attendance points a lot. I managed to get FMLA at my job and accommodations, which were so incredibly helpful, but I couldn't still work my normal hours. I just was never able to get back into the rhythm of working my normal hours. So all through 2023 was basically me attempting to work, struggling hard to work, and doing my very best to keep my job through all of this without using all of my attendance points. And somehow I managed to get through all of that. So basically all the way through 2023 was a hot mess express struggle, okay? And September of 2023, just this past September, my grandma passes away. She was another rock of mine. It was my mom's mom, and she was one of the most influential people in my entire life. She raised me for many years of my life. She has helped me through so many things and has gone through enough shit herself that she should not have gone through. Not as a human being should ever have to go through. Now, the difference with my grandma's death as compared to my mom and my best friend's deaths, hers was slower. She was in hospice. She went through the dying process, right? And the reason that's important to me is because I was able to get a lot of final conversations with her and ask her, questions of like, what's your favorite this? How did you meet Grandpa? Which she told us that story, how she met our grandpa and got married to him. Great story. Let me know if you want to hear it in the comments. The whole family pretty much was able to come see her and visit her while she was in the hospice center. It was really a beautiful thing. She was very family oriented her whole life. She cared about every single person except herself. So she had so many loved ones that came to see her and had those private conversations with her and was able to get some sense of closure, being able to know that she is going peacefully. And that makes things so much easier almost. When Mom and my best friend died, it was just so sudden. I had no ways to think about and prepare for any of this. It was one day they were there, one day they weren't, period. And being able to talk to my grandma and have her call me the smartest one in the room and tell me that she's proud of me over and over and over, just all those things. It was beautiful. And so I took a month fully just off work, personal leave, and spent as much time as I could in the hospice center with her. When I took the month off of work, I tried to really take advantage of it and go to therapy, and I'm continuing doing therapy now up to this point. It has not stopped. I tried to spend as much time with her in the hospice center as I could. I was there almost every single day. And that month off of work was needed. But when I came back, I was not okay still. I was still not okay. I was struggling to work. It was just back to the old ways of mental breakdown after mental breakdown after mental breakdown. Calling off because anxiety. It was just so debilitating. And depression, so debilitating. Everything takes over when I feel it. It can very easily just take over. So I took that whole month off of work, got zero income for it, and then I go back and I'm not really able to make my money back in the first place. So it's been a huge financial loss all of 2023. And to top it all off, I end up getting fired from the casino. I make a mistake that turns into an automatic termination. This happened just about maybe a month ago. And it was really shocking that it was an automatic termination. So I was really taken aback. I was pretty broken for a few days. But now, at this point where I'm at, I feel like less stressed than I was when I was working. I never really realized how much stress I was having from that job in the first place. So it feels like a blessing in disguise in a way. At least I'm thinking of it that way. And now I'm just out here trying to do my best. You know, we just had this year's family Christmas party yesterday at my house, and it's the first one ever without Grandma. So it was a little different. It went really well. Very beautiful party. But I miss Grandma. I wish Grandma could have been here. She was there every single Christmas. She always threw the parties. But I started throwing them when she wasn't able to, and now I will be throwing the Christmas parties going forward. So now to the present day. Me today, Miranda. I feel pretty okay. Honestly, I feel pretty okay. I feel a lot more motivated and less stressed, less pressure on myself to do a lot of things, really. I'm kind of just letting it happen the way things happen and just doing my best every day, and it seems to be working for me in some sort of way. I have lots of therapy that I'm going to. I am going through some medication changes also, which seem to be really beneficial. Questioning my bipolar diagnosis, to be honest. There's a whole story behind that too, my goodness. But so, it's a constant work in progress. Life in general is just a constant work in progress, and you're gonna get thrown terrible things in life sometimes. And it's really, really hard to push through some of those things. But here I am today after all of that, and I know that all of them would be really, really, really proud of me to know that I'm here right now, today, doing this. So, with my content, I'm going to be doing some new things, hopefully, changing around the channel a little bit. I'm not going to stop doing reactions, so if there's something you want me to react to, always welcome to put it in the comments or in the Discord, always. But I want to try to incorporate some other things into my content as well, some informational stuff. I'm a big nerd. I love learning. I love teaching. I love doing all those things. And kind of want to put that in the content as well. So basically, just like life, this content is a work in progress, okay? Bear with me here, okay? And if you do bear with me, God, I love you, okay? Thanks for being here, like, for real. I'm a mess. I think hopefully y'all ain't as much of a mess as me, but who the fuck knows? I mean, I know a lot of us are just messes, and we can just be messes through life together walking this earth, right? Speaking of mess, I will also probably be doing some art content, because I like art. I've been painting a lot this year, like literal physical paintings out the ass a lot this year. And I think it'd be really fun to do some painting streams or upcycling stuff to make it prettier, or literally anything like that. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. I'm very much an artsy person, abstract, to be clear, abstract art. I'm not good at realism. Don't tell me to draw anything for you, because I can't do it. But yeah, so there is some updates for everybody. And if there's any questions or comments, or you want to have me elaborate any more on another topic, if you want to relate, if you want to listen, whatever, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm very open about it, and would honestly love to talk more about it if it's something you'd be interested in sharing and listening to as well. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's get going.